over. And there we have the last thruster. Well, welcome back, Space Engineers. With that last thruster, we are looking in pretty good place. This is now to a point where, well, not quite to the point, but it has all the thrusters. We've got power, we've got gyros, we've got storage, we've got hydrogen, we've got power production of 2 different types. All we really need to do is move over a survival kit, because I haven't done that yet, and also put in some way to control this thing. I think I'll just put something temporary in here for now. And this thing will be ready to cast off. Kind of spent too much, well, more time here than I was wanting building this, but it's a good spot to just kind of sit still, and I have to put in a bunch of thrusters and trying to do that on the move. Good place to store stuff here so we can capture and store stuff and pull stuff off. But let's go grab a survival kit. I think, well, first let me do a little changing up here. That we're going to change to, I'll tell you what, temporarily. I think I'm just going to make it one of those. And that will be a good spot to put a cockpit for now. That won't be where it goes finally, but that's where I can put it for now, and I can work around that. And right outside of that, I should be able to put right there, and I'll put my survival kit on top of that. Both of these might end up being temporary. So, survival kit, I think I've got a few floating around here. And I think maybe off up over here I've actually got one that's kind of loose. Keep an eye on my... Yeah, I've got plenty. Ooh, I've got a bunch of steel on me. Probably should have dropped off. There we go. Let's see if I can't get in behind it here. Actually, let's kind of grab it like that. Is that going to work? That may not work. I'm trying to think of how I can get in there and grab this and still be able to. We might have to change up here later, but that is still a station. Where is it? Gonna have to put this in a little different from what I was originally thinking, but I can handle that. I think I was thinking medical center that had the conveyor port on the bottom. So that is not going to work. I might need to, I think I can get rid of this for now. That's basically just a measuring stick. But if I'm putting that there, let's change this up. Let me do that. Grab the steel from out of here. Pull that out. And then, let's see. Getting lots of those little pauses for some reason. Whoops. Let's see, I haven't put a gravity gen on either. I've got one of those floating around here somewhere, I think. So where would we put a gravity generator? Kind of stick it up over here somewhere. So let me get rid of all this stuff temporarily. And I can stick it on top of that. So let me go see if I can't find where the grav gen disappeared to. I think I've got several floating around out there. I just need to go find one. Let me work on finding that grav gen. I'll come back when I'm putting it into place. Okay, it didn't take me long to find a grav generator. I kind of left one hanging out here. Let's see what the sides look like. Okay, so I can go directly onto that. Let's hope I don't need to change it into a ship, which I'm thinking of. Whoops. I probably will. So let's see if I can do this and avoid. Blocking off my access to that. I think I've got just enough there. And the power is off. Whoops. So let's get back. It's hiding around the asteroid from me. That's why I can't see it. I think I'm going to end up keeping this little landing vehicle I made, because I might still need something to land on a planet when I get all the way back home. And it'll also work good for sucking hydrogen out of wrecks that I recover. I mean, the original plan, I had this set up to where I just hook onto it directly with this ship, but maybe that would be better, and it does give me a bit more storage. Okay, let me figure out how I want this in there. What am I doing? And there, we've got that on there. Now there may be some concern here with the placement of those ion thrusters over the top of these tanks. Let me see if I can't take care of that. Turn those off, don't need that, don't need any of that for now. If I go there, let's see. And let's see if we can't, that's still off. Well, it moved that time. Okay, how come we're not twisting? Why is that still off? Guess I've got an override on it. Okay. Okay, this is taking a little more than I thought it would just to turn this thing around. Boy, that thing just slams into it. It's too much thrust. Come on, connectors, line up. There they finally go. Kinda. No. Well, that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Maybe I don't want to keep this. But I can take all the hydrogen out of it and break this down later along the way, so... that won't be a problem. But I can still turn this sideways. Okay, it kicked me out of the remote. Yeah, that'll work. Turn that off, turn that... yeah, let's leave that on recharge for now. Okay, like I said, that took longer than I thought it would. But with it turned like that, that will be out of the way of these thrusters. I can go put this back where I do actually have a place for it, over here. Oh, helps if you do that. Let's see, let's go in through the back where it should go in. Maybe I need to redo this connector. Though this keeps things out of the way when I'm using the big one. Now we can connect. And we've got that parked. Oof. So we are slowly getting things put together here. We've got that parked. We've got all that in. I think... temporary like. Oops. That right there is going to be a good spot for now. That is kind of in the way. That is kind of going to be a main corridor through here. So I have kind of lined everything up. I've got my vents through here. I've got that, I've got controls right through here. So this kind of ends up being in the way, because it's eventually going to taper down, and it's going to be probably somewhere up and around here is where I'll eventually put the cockpit. But this will work for now. Well, let's get in here. Let's start programming some stuff. Let me select all these. Nope, not the large ones. Yes, the large ones. The forward ones. Let's call this the... Whoops. Who left that caps lock on? And we've got all of these. So we've got those two, then we can now turn all those off. Oops. Let's grab all of these. That are not numbered in any particular order. I think I tried to a little bit, but I think I'll just leave them as they are for now. Save those. We can then turn all those off. Now we can hit all the gyroscopes. Turn all them off. And I think for now, that is all I'm going to be, doing. So we've got those. I'm going to do on, off. On, off. I'll probably never use that, but there it is. Toggle those on, off. And for now, I think that is all I need. And out of curiosity, Oh yeah, plenty of battery. So, I think for now, let's see, there's ice. I need to go gather ice. Man, I know I've got a bunch of ice here, but there's a lot of ice left in these things that I need to go pick up. You know, I can make that easier if I just get closer to them. So, I think it is official. We can cast off. Let's see, this is... should be free. That is a bit sluggish, but that's okay. It's going to be a big, heavy ship. I might need to end up putting more gyros in it as I add weight, but I think for now I can live with that. And it's got lots of thrust. At least forward and back thrust I've got lots of. My sideways thrust is a bit lacking, but not bad. So it's not an agile warship, but I think I can live with it for now. Let me poke around, get the rest of the ice out from the various places I've got it stored here. Then I'll come back as we get going home. Well, I have gotten all the ice out of all of these. And there's a lot more I could probably do. I could probably grind down stuff, get resources out of these, take a bunch of steel. But ultimately, I can simply go and grab more out of some random roving piece of scrap if I run out. And with ice in particular, I can just go mine it. I can make it. I think you can still make drills. I don't think... For a little while you couldn't make drills, but then they added them. Yeah, you can make drills. Looks like small grid drill you can make still. So you can make drills. We could do something with that if we needed to. But I've got plenty of ice for now. I mean, I've got lots. Whoops, wrong button. I've got lots of ice. I do have, you know, I've got these 2 hydrogen tanks that are mostly full. That one's just below 90. And I still have this hydrogen tank up here. I've got an oxygen tank down there somewhere that's also full. Well, not full. Close enough, that might as well be full. So I no longer need to be tied down, at least for now, to one spot. So I'll probably come back here later in creative mode after I've gone a little ways, and I'll get rid of a few of these, if not all of them. You know, I'll just use the administrative tab and just delete them. Help save on PCU a little bit. But for now, I think we can leave. Let me... Whoops. Let me reverse that. make sure that doesn't cause any problems on its way back up. I don't think it will. Yeah, that'll work. Get turned around here. Let's pick up some speed. And we can say we are heading out. We've got a long ways to go. There's no reason to hold off on speed. I'll leave that one there. I can delete that one. Let's go ahead and delete that one. I'll leave that there for reference. But yeah, I'll leave all that there. Let me turn off. And we are off. So as we travel here, it's working out nicely. I can continue to work on getting this in shape and closed up. Keep an eye out for asteroids and interesting pieces of scrap to grab while we're at it. Let's just grab a full inventory load. And let's see if I can't kind of work out some more of this shape here. Actually, let's start from here. Want to kind of continue this somewhat around. So let's go up to there. Kind of get out past this engine and go back down. That's the wrong direction. That's the one I wanted. Then that. Yeah, this will take a little bit to get, whoops, where I want to go. That's kind of a big gap. But I think that's what I need. So yeah, we've got that. Then, let's see, I need to reinforce a few things here. Because I screwed up on making these. Because, well, no, I'm not going to be doing that shape up there. So I really only need to continue from here. So yeah, what I can do is I can take all this down now. Because that is going to be different up there once I actually get things set up. I basically needed this here. And that is... Excuse me. So if I come over here... You know, this thing with Space Engineers 2, it'll have symmetry mode, which will kind of help when laying this stuff out, or I could simply copy and paste that over here. So things like that will be nice when you're making bigger ships like this. Yep, that is even. I don't have anything in front of me. Nope. So from there, we'll continue this shape out. Until that comes down to a point. And that's going to take a little while, it looks like. Yeah. But kind of want to get a general idea of how long this thing's going to end up being here before I start with the top and bottom getting it sized in. Well, that is going to end up being about how long this thing is. And yeah, that's quite long, actually. So let's see, I need to probably think about...
Energy low.
Oops, let me take care of that. And this is why I want those solar panels. If you look at my energy down there, it's basically saying infinite. So all my batteries, they're charging. It says 14 minutes. And of course I've got my hydrogen engines going also still. Yeah, those are going full blast. How's my tanks look? That one's going to stay full. I'm still over 80% on that one. So I'm looking in pretty good shape, energy-wise. And when I'm not charging batteries from having moved and stuff like that, I think these solar panels will actually keep me going by themselves. Without, I don't have any real production going. So as long as I'm not doing a bunch of movement, these will actually enough to keep me charged, I think. I can actually... Let me do this. Let's just do that. Turn them off the terminal. Oops. If I turn those off... Yeah, even with those off, I'm still charging. But I'll leave those on for now. So yeah, I don't, for just normal straight line flying, I don't need that much energy right now. It's only when I change directions or accelerate, things like that. And with this journey, there's a lot of straight line that's going to be going. So there's only 6 there. There's not much power production, but that's enough to keep me going. But anyways, it looks like if I'm doing this, then I'm going to want to about right here. I need to put a T in this. So we can take... That's reinforced, so that won't move anywhere.
Inventory full.
Oh, let me drop off some stuff. Go here. And put in one of those. And from there, going to go ahead and have I may not need this line all the way to the front, but I'd rather have it there and have something to tie into when I need it than it not be there. Oh, hey, that's not in the center. Imagine that. I need to do that from the opposite direction. So that's probably best starting out over here. course, if using all this stuff, that means I'm going to have to get more. That's okay. That's kind of the whole point, is to see how much I'm going to need to build this thing. Oops. So I put that in the wrong spot. So I can remove that. Put this there. Put that there. Just that to reinforce it. And let me swap these two. And let's go back to our T. So there, now we have that running down the center. Okay, something's not lining up here, right? I got off somehow. Because this here should be the center of it. And I'm off by 1. See if I can't figure out where that's off. Did it start off crooked? I bet you it started off crooked. Oops. No, that's in line. Yeah, but somehow I just ended up crooked. Well, I can figure that out later. But hopefully, you guys are starting to get a little better idea of how this is going to be shaped. You know, not long after this here, I'm going to start tapering down to a point up here. It's almost going to look like a spearhead, which is kind of what I was wanting. What is that? That looks like I need to stop and investigate that one. Where was that? Well, I think I'll be saving that for next time. I believe I've kept you guys here long enough. I'll get this nose straightened out to where it's lined up in the center, like it should be. And from there, investigate what that ship was, because that's something different. I didn't recognize that name. if it ever shows up again. But that, as I said, I think that will be for next time. I'll try to find that off camera, and if I find it, that might be where we start the next episode. I'll get this straightened out. But we have made good progress. We have actually moved. We've left behind our temporary home back there. And we didn't get too far. I mean, we got a little ways. And we've got a long ways to go to build this, but we've got a long ways to go to get home also. But that's all future plans for now. As I said, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.